Hello, blissful friends. Hello, happy day. I just wanted to ask you, how are you making someone's day better? Yesterday, I met with a gentleman and he was really stressed because he needed some paperwork and it wasn't coming through, which was holding him up on obtaining a position at a company and wanting to get the ball rolling. And sometimes that happens in our lives. And I said, I have to tell you this story. When I was your age, in my mid-20s, my rent was coming up and I was really stressing out because being self-employed, you just can't always budget or have enough coming in that is going out. And I know everybody's like, save and all this stuff, but when you're in that survival mode, that's not always possible. And when you're waiting for the next job, just like he was, you're stressed out. And then you don't sleep at night, right? This is one of the things that keeps people awake. So I told him this story. I said, when I was your age, my rent was coming up. I was stressed out. I wasn't sure where this money was going to come from. And I called my mom, who's very wise, and I said, my rent is coming and I don't have the money and I'm freaking out. And she says, well, when is your rent due? And I said, the 1st. I even have a couple of days to wiggle if I needed to. Like, I think the deadline is the 5th, but the 1st, because I like to pay my bills on time. I want to be a good steward of my money. And she said, well, that's not for 3 more days. And I said, yeah. And she said, well, in 3 days, call me if you don't have the money. Well, the day before my rent was due, I went out to the mailbox and there was a check from Northwest Airlines because 4 years prior, when the company was merging, it was Republic Airlines and Southeast or Southwest or I don't know. It was like a couple different Hughes Air West, and they were merging. And there was this requirement from the union and the company that all of us would contribute in stocks to be able to keep the company afloat during its transition. So we all were forced to put in whatever amount, and that was that, and I forgot about it. And here, 4 years later, comes this check. Now, I had moved to Canada and 2 more places thereafter. And it wasn't even a forwarding address. It was the actual address where I was living. I have no idea how it got to me, but it was for, my rent was $350 at the time. It was for $500. It was the check for the reimbursement of the stocks. I had forgotten about it. I don't even know how my address was found. It was more than my rent, and it came the day before my rent was due because we didn't have electronic banking, so you had to deposit and pay the check and all that. And I just called my mom and I said, thank you so much. That was a huge lesson. So I tell this story to this gentleman yesterday. And this morning, he is sharing it. She called me and shared that story made such a huge impact. And this morning, he got the notice and all the paperwork went through. And he goes and starts today at this new position. And he'll pay his rent. It's June 1st, so he's going to pay his rent. And I just thought, that little story or that little word of encouragement or that support or, can I put you in my meditation circle? Can I pray for you? Can I tell you this story? Is there anything I can do to help you? I even, was like, if you need some help, don't worry about it. So those kinds of things helps to calm our nervous system. It helps us to know that we're loved and supported and can be helped along the way of life. And we need each other. We need each other to help and love and support and give a word of encouragement or a story that maybe is something that helped you in your life that can shed some light for another. So make somebody's day a good day today, and your day then will be excellent and you will all sleep well. All right, I'll see you next time. Be blissful.